भारती न्यूज, सीधा, सटीक और निष्पक्ष।
Good evening and welcome to Bharati News. I am Sana Manchanda. Let's have a look at the biggest news of the day. Here is the national news first. Congress expected to elevate Priyanka Gandhi's role as party vice president amid push for structural reforms. According to party sources, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has been playing a key role behind the scenes, even though she currently holds the post of General Secretary without any specific organizational charge. The Congress is expected to soon take on a call on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's future role within the organization as internal discussions around her possible elevation to the post of party vice president gain momentum. According to party sources, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has been playing a key role behind the scenes even though she currently holds the post of General Secretary without any specific organizational charge. One of her most notable recent contributions is a blueprint for a pilot project aimed at empowering district presidents, starting with Gujarat. This project, which seeks to strengthen the grassroots structure of the Congress by giving more responsibility and authority to district level leaders, could later be replicated in other states if it becomes successful in Gujarat. Party insiders say that, along with the discussion on Priyanka's formal role, the Congress is also preparing for broader functional changes within the organization. The focus will be on improving internal systems and operational efficiency to make the party's functioning more effective ahead of incoming electoral challenge. Waqf law. Violence in Bhangar as police stop ISF march to Kolkata. According to police, they had to resort to lathicharge after protesters sat on a dharna on Basanti highway for over 4 hours. After Murshidabad, a protest led by India Secular Front against the new Waqf law turned violent in Bhangar in South 24 Parganas, district of West Bengal, as protesters clashed with police and set fire to vehicles after they were stopped from heading to Kolkata to take part in a protest march. According to police, they had to resort to lathi charge after protesters sat on a dharna on Basanti highway for over 4 hours. The protesters also pelted stones at the police. In the Shonpur area of Bhangar, the protesters set fire to police vehicles and motorbikes. RAF personnel were then brought in to control the situation. There was no report of any casualty in the violence that continued for over 6 hours. If TMC is also opposing the Waqf law, then why did their police stop her supporters at Basanti highway? Basically, TMC doesn't want to protest the Waqf law. They only want to gain a political dividend. When they are in crisis, they always point to shift the focus, the ISF MLA said. International news. Forget nuclear weapons or else. Trump warns Iran of harsh actions after talks in Oman. US President Donald Trump has reiterated that Iran has not moved nuclear weapons, adding that the US will be open to military actions if Tehran does not give up its nuclear weapons. US-Iran talks. As the United States and Iran engage in talks over Tehran's nuclear program, with the first round of discussions held in an indirect format in Oman, US President Donald Trump has reiterated that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. Trump warned Tehran of harsh actions if it moves forward with its nuclear weapon program, adding these are radicalized people and they cannot have a nuclear weapon. Asked if the US was open to a military strike, Trump said of course it does. Earlier, the US president has complained about the pace with which the nuclear talks with Iran are moving forward. However, he said, I think they are tapping us along. Trump's remarks on Iran have come as he was holding talks with El Salvador's president at the Oval Office. Trump added that the next meeting is scheduled for Saturday. NASA fires Indian origin DEI chief Neela Rajendra after Trump's anti-DEI executive order. NASA removed DEI chief Neela Rajendra after Trump's executive order banned diversity initiatives in federal agencies. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory rebranding attempt failed. NASA's JPL has officially parted ways with Neela Rajendra, its Indian origin head of diversity, equity and inclusion, despite earlier efforts to retain her by altering her title following the shutdown of the lab's DEI department in March. The move comes in the wake of an executive order from President Donald Trump that bans DEI initiatives across executive branch agencies. According to an internal email sent by JPL Director Laurel Leshin last Thursday, Rajendra is no longer working. The faculty, the email cited by Washington Free Beacon, praised her contributions but confirmed the transition. We are incredibly grateful for the lasting impact she made to our organization. We wish her the very best, it read. In March, the lab attempted to retain Rajendra by reassigning her to lead the newly created Office of Team Excellence and Employee Success, rebranded to exclude any references to DEI. However, much of her responsibilities, including overseeing employee affinity groups such as the Black Excellence Strategic Team, remained the same. This quiet workaround did not satisfy compliance with the Trump administration's mandate, leading to an executional exit. Attempts to access Rajendra's profile on NASA's official website now. Sports news. MS Dhoni was one of the main reasons that the Chennai Super Kings returned to winning ways against the Lucknow Super Giants in IPL 2025. He smashed an unbeaten 26 off just 11 deliveries and ended up breaking Praveen Stambe's record after 11 years. The Chennai Super Kings entered the Lucknow Super Giants' 3-match winning streak on one day in 30th March of the ongoing Indian Premier League season. With this win, their 5-match losing streak also ended, and their skipper MS Dhoni was one of the main reasons behind their victory. He won the Player of the Match award for his heroics as wicketkeeper, batter and captain in the game, and in the process broke Parveen Thamir's all-time IPL record after 11 years. Team India will tour Bangladesh after the conclusion of the England tour in August. The schedule for the same has been unveiled as India and Bangladesh will lock horns in 6 white ball matches in August. All the Indian players are currently featuring on the ongoing edition of the Indian Premier League. However, a hectic international schedule is already awaiting them with a tour to England and then Bangladesh, followed by the home season where they will face West Indies and South Africa. Coming back to the schedule announced, India's tour of Bangladesh will commence with the 3-match ODI series. The first ODI will be played on August 17, while the last 2 matches are scheduled on August 20 and 23, respectively. The 3 T20Is are set to take place on August 26, 29 and 31, respectively. Asia Cup is likely to be played in September in the T20 format. So that concludes our news bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned to Bharati News for continuous coverage and more updates. Wishing you a good evening and a great night ahead.
भारती न्यूज़, सीधा, सटीक और निष्पक्ष।